Hello there, and welcome to a slight diversion from the Creative Shake-Up show. For the next few weeks, I think approximately 6 weeks, there are 6 episodes. I'm diving into an upcoming album, Inside of Me. And in its fullest sense, it's not just about me. It isn't. I'm taking experience of 17 years ago, and I've taken over a year to record the album. You could say 17 years of the truth that I lived 17 years ago. Experiences such as surviving throat cancer, separation, divorce, estrangement from my children genuinely through no fault of my own, trying to wrestle free from a cultist belief system, finding out 38 years after he'd left the family home that my dad had died, and he only lived 45 minutes up the road, and I hadn't seen him from the age of 5, 38 years. All of that pretty much at the same time. Why am I sharing it? Because I want to kind of like really go back there and relive the pain, and not just mine but for others too. No, because I feel within that experience, the inside of me, there is a message to be shared for others. So as you're listening now, we're actually over the next few weeks, we're going to go track by track through the entire 10 tracks of the album. I'm going to be sharing in the YouTube version complimentary, I don't even know if they are, to be honest, complimentary videos that I've chosen to put music with. I don't own the rights, I don't own the copyright to any of these videos. I do not. So if they're kicked back by YouTube, never mind. I'm not looking to make a profit from them. But they do work. There's a lot of irony, there's a lot of uncomfortableness, unease at times, with a combination of the songs and the videos. And for all 10 tracks, I'm going to be sharing that. I'll give you a little overview. Drop comments throughout this video. Also subscribe, like, share, because this is a combined endeavour. You'll get to know that more. Even though the album is called Inside of Me, it very much speaks for us all in some shape or form. And I would love you to make comments along those lines. Things that you want to share, of course. What have you been through? What have you got the other side of? How have you moved forwards with experiences you've faced in life? And the thing I've learned over the last few years is how many people go through the most tragic, traumatic experiences in life. Some of those I will be interviewing as guests in the future on a podcast. Also, some I already have, and there's more to come. So I feel for those that choose to want to share that experience they got through for the benefit, yes, of themselves, to share that, but also, of course, for the benefit of others. Let me know if that's you in the comments, because I'm looking to share hope, optimism, reality, of course, and that's where the album comes from, Inside of Me. So, over the next few weeks, we will visit today, track 1, The Forgetful Thief. I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. Track 2 and track 3 will be next week. I'll Bleed in My Own Time, and the album title track, Inside of Me. Then the following week, tracks 4 and 5. Mirror of Me, track 4. Track 5, Another Day Holding Daniel. Then we will have 2 really, really powerful songs. Track 6, Murder the Past. Track 7, Mother. The following week, penultimate week of this series, track 8, which will be, I have to think for a moment, Cast the First Stone, and track 9, Easy Enemy. And then we'll round it up, which will coincide with the release of the album, Inside of Me. The final track, track 10, From This Day On. Past, present, future, coming together in alignment. And for me, that's a message I share, which I feel is a success of life, is bringing that energy, not trying to ditch the past. Yes, the present is crucial. It's the most important place to be, really. Not trying to avoid the future or trying to project ourselves too much, but bringing those three time zones, if you like, together. The past lives in the present, and also the present is so crucial, and we move into the future. Let me step into the future for a moment and to the side. You can see there, you might just about be able to hear me, releasing 1st of November 2025 inside of me. That's an important message to share. The backing music, which is inside of me, the instrumental, just kicks back in at that moment. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month begins the 1st of November. I'm not splitting the planet in two. I'm not. This is not, although I do feel it is an important organisation, Fathers for Justice. I'm not saying it's unimportant, but I feel in parenting, mothers and fathers get it wrong. Totally. I'm not claiming I've got it right. Completely not. What I am sharing is one side of a experience was shared and the other side wasn't heard. I'm not personally going to go into that too deep, but I do feel it's important because others can take what they feel is their version of events and absolutely not just destroy, but annihilate somebody. That can also come from tragically a religious point of view as well. There are many ways that people abuse others to feel good about themselves. And those 17 years ago, all of the things I shared earlier, I went through at the same time. So it's not revisiting pain, it's not a vendetta, it's not looking to get one over on anybody. It's the truth of the experience. So, both in YouTube and Spotify, if you're watching here in YouTube, you're now going to have a video which complements, I'm not even again too sure if that is the right word, goes with, and it's a fascinating combination. It's a really, really interesting combination. The Forgetful Thief meets Humpty Dumpty, or Humpty Dumpty meets the Forgetful Thief. You'll get it with the opening lyric, and you'll get it with the chorus lyric as to the combination of these two forces, the visual of Humpty Dumpty, the audio of the song, track 1 from the album Inside of Me, track 1, The Forgetful Thief. If you're listening in Spotify, dive over to the YouTube channel at Ray Coates Voice. You'll find me everywhere across social media at Ray Coates Voice. This is a message of mental health matters. It's my personal journey, but I'm taking that and I'm framing that and I'm utilising that to create encouragement from others and for others, from others. Interesting. I didn't intend that, but remember, comment, because we want encouragement from you. What's been your journey? Share it. And if these songs speak for you, then I'll come back to what you can do about that in a moment. Before that, I don't know whether enjoy is the right word, but let's share together The Forgetful Thief meets Humpty Dumpty. Then we'll be right back with an album dedication and also a breakdown of some of the lyrics of The Forgetful Thief. Let's dive into Humpty Dumpty meets track 1 from Inside of Me, The Forgetful Thief.
And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. You better lie to make it true. You shed a tear to gain some proof. You led a child to lose belief. You better lie, forgetful thief. You took my name, dragged it through the mud. You painted me with my own blood. You led my child in false belief. You grew the lie, forgetful thief. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. You created God to feed your truth. You hated us righteous and loose. You led the children to lose belief. You fought your life, forgetful thief. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. You saturated minds, made heaven a hell, played damsel in distress and did it well. Profited from my demise, led a child to see through your eyes. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again.
It's difficult to know whether to smile, to laugh, or to cry. And the conclusion towards the end of that, this is how it timed so perfectly as I put the audio to the video. Remember, I want to emphasize this, I don't own the rights to the video. I don't own the copyright to the video. I definitely own the rights and the copyright, not only to the song, The Forgetful Thief, but also the experience, 100%. If it speaks for you, put in the comments inside of me, and I'll talk about what else you can do in a moment as well. But the way at the end, Humpty Dumpty drops and it ends with Mark Walker's phenomenal guitar. Mark Walker, guitarist, sound engineer, has worked with me over the last year on the album Inside of Me. I'm really feeling the emotion strongly in this moment. It's taken that long to put together. 17 years of experience. I also want to mention as well, because it's bringing past, present, future together. Glyn Devy, little bits of background video with me holding my hands over my face from a video that Glyn Devy created, also supported me. I wrote the song The Voice Within 2010. I think it was 2013 it was released as a single, and Glyn Devy helped me with the music composition of that past version of The Voice Within, and very much the video. Also, there is now a new version of The Voice Within, An Echo, a recent release. I've got music, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. In the future, I'm going to be sharing space with guests. I already have. artists, creators, solo singer-songwriters, bands, authors, actors, creative people, people who are supporting other people with well-being and more. There's going to be interviews in the future. If that's you, drop a comment, drop me a message. You'll find me everywhere in social media. Ray Coates Voice. If you want to check out the audio of this, you want to safely listen in the car, safely I emphasize, that head to Spotify, search The Creative Shake-Up Show. And I'm going to put these series of each of the album tracks in that show in Spotify. Also, there is this video version, and there will be video versions each week for all 10 tracks of the album. I'm now going to go into a little bit of not a massive description of the song and the album, but I'm going to share that with you now in conclusion. Every Monday, before I forget as well, at Ray Coates Voice in TikTok, I'm sharing all 10 tracks. Over the last few weeks, I've shared exclusively track 1. Think back, Ray, what was track 1? It was the track we're doing today. We're sharing today, The Forgetful Thief. Track 2, I'll Bleed in My Own Time. Track 3, title track, Inside of Me. Track 4, Mirror of Me. Track 5, Last Monday, Another Day Holding Daniel at time of recording. Track 6, I think it's September the 29th, is Monday, 7 p.m, Murder the Past. Exclusively shared in TikTok. And I'll also be sharing all of the first 5 tracks as well, each Monday. So much to share, so much to share. There'll be interviews in the future. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the outro as well. So the 10 album tracks, I'm going to go through them one at a time now. 1, Forgetful Thief, The Forgetful Thief. 2, I'll Bleed in My Own Time. 3, Inside of Me. 4, Mirror of Me. 5, Another Day Holding Daniel. 6, Murder the Past. 7, Mother. 8, Cast the First Stone. 9, Easy Enemy. And 10, From This Day On. So it's a journey from a broken room into the light of taking that experience, that past, bringing it into the present, using it as fuel to project into the future. And I am sure that's the case with you as well. So remember, head to comments, share your experience, share the messages that have been shared here, how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments. I want to read a dedication. You might want to share how you feel about this and you're involved in this. This is a dedication written with me for the album. The album, Inside of Me, is more than songs. It is a reflection of survival. It is my story, and I'm sure parts of it are yours too. This is a message for you. To everyone who has been judged without humanity, silenced by shame, or abandoned in their darkest hour, you are not alone. Your reflection holds truth. Your scars hold strength. Drop a purple heart in the comments if you've ever had to rebuild yourself from the pieces. This is for us. This is Inside of Me. So the themes from the songs, the lyrics, the messages I'm sharing in these videos and or Spotify audio and or TikTok and or Instagram, Facebook, wherever it might be, they affect you. Comment on that as well. And also comment Inside of Me. It is about mental health matters. Not just in a throwaway hashtag. It isn't. This is deeper, and it's taken a long time to get to this point to share what's being shared. So I'm now going to go through 7 lyrical messages. I'm going to read parts of the song The Forgetful Thief, and I'm going to also read a description that has been written on those lyrical thoughts. Again, comment your thoughts as we go through together. The opening line and chorus, and all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. You see where Humpty Dumpty comes from in that lyric. Reputation can be broken by lies. This is a description. Reputation can be broken by lies, but healing comes from within. This isn't just a song. It's a mirror for every one of us who's had our truth stolen. That's the message of The Forgetful Thief. Next lyric. You fed a lie to make a truth. You shed a tear to gain some proof. Description. Gaslighting is emotional theft. It leaves us doubting our own reality. This lyric isn't just words. It's a reminder that manipulation doesn't define who you are. Your truth is stronger. Powerful lyric. You took my name, dragged it through the mud. You painted me with my own blood. Description. Shame and slander can stain us, but they don't have to own us. You are not what was said about you. You are more. It is emotive, the next lyric, and this can of course apply tragically both to mothers and fathers. But my experience, I'm not splitting the planet in two. If this touches on elements of Fathers for Justice, of course, but it's not a bloke having a whinge and a whine. If that's what you think, drop a comment, but I will ignore that comment because that's not what this is. Totally not. However, I can share my experience, of course, and should, but I also want to caveat this thought. There are, of course, it works both ways. Husbands, fathers let down wives let down children, let down husbands, and parents, both parents can play a part in the toxicity. What was lied about in my experience was that wasn't given equal measure at all, and that's not true. Fact. And to this day, I won't accept that. So that's where the lyric comes from. It's powerful, but tragically it can speak for mums, it can speak for dads as well, husbands, wives as well. You led my child in false belief. You grew the lie, forgetful thief. Description of that powerful lyric. When lies affect our children, the pain cuts deepest. But we can rewrite the story. We can show them truth, resilience, and love beyond the betrayal. Another powerful means for manipulation and abuse, tragically, is religion. I'm not anti-God, I'm not anti-faith, I'm not anti-spiritual by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not over-explaining. I feel that, of course, I just want to create that backdrop of where this is coming from. People can believe what they want to believe. It's up to them. But it cannot be used as a mechanism of abuse. And it is, and has been, for time immemorial. It's so tragic that something that should be so connective is actually used as a weapon. It's weaponized. So I'm now going to share the lyric from The Forgetful Thief. You created God to feed your truth. You hated us, righteous, aloof. The description. Some people build false gods out of lies. They wear masks of righteousness to hide manipulation. But masks slip. Truth always breathes through. The doorway of the image. My fractured, fragmented face either side of that doorway, that broken room. The silhouetted figure in that broken room. That's what a lot of this album conveys. But of course, that broken room moves into the future and breaks through. So as I'm sharing my life here, as I've created from those ashes, the rubble, the destruction, as I've built from that, you will observe through the album and the messages I'm sharing an example, a living, breathing example of getting through. If that encourages you, then I say if, because that's yours, that's not mine. But that's more than enough for me. That's what I'm sharing. The lyric really conveys a thought towards the conclusion of The Forgetful Thief, breaking free. The lyric, you can use me no more. Repeat it, you can use me no more. Effectively, it's the conveying the thought of I'm not your whipping post. And tragically, that's what people do. They spread lies and they take somebody's trauma and turn it against them. And it's sickening, to say the least. The description of that lyric. This is healing. It's not about erasing the past. It's about reclaiming your power, saying, I am free. You can't use me anymore. Not just that thought, but all of these thoughts. If that speaks for you, comment. Let me know. The chorus. And all the king's army and all the king's men couldn't put my reputation together again. Our reputation, this is the description. Our reputations may fall apart, but our worth never does. If you've survived lies, gaslighting, betrayal, you're not alone. Drop a purple heart if you're reclaiming your truth today. And you can also comment as well inside of me. You can comment your personal reflections on your own life, your victories with mental health matters. I'm not clinically trained, I'm not claiming to be. I am a qualified coach and mentor, podcaster, singer-songwriter, actor, author. I've got a bit of a day job as well. I do lots and lots of things. I will honour those comments that you make. I will. If it's toxic, we're getting into some kind of weird pantomime bun fight, not interested. It's not because I'm only accentuating the positive. It's just that I don't want to give that energy time. This is not just personal for me. I'm sharing this because it's a message for others. As the dedication to the album concludes, the album isn't just my story. It's our story. It's an echo of life, scars, and our victories. So each week, next week, whether you're here, YouTube, Spotify, I will be sharing track 2 and 3. Track 2, I'll bleed in my own time. Track 3, Inside of Me, the title track. Every Monday, TikTok, at Ray Coates Voice, you will get live versions of each of the tracks of the album. And also, motorboat, and also you will have all of the album. So I'm building up to all 10 tracks. November the 1st, 2025, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Not only men's mental health awareness, women's as well, everybody's. It just happens to be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. November the 7th, looking to the future a little bit, beyond currently the month of September through October, all of these tracks are going to be shared from inside of me. I have an interview with Jessica Dugas, for her breakthrough show. Incredible person, incredible individual. So actually in the USA, but 5:30 p.m. UK time. It's a Friday, November the 7th. So the album would already be out by then, Inside of Me. Watch this space, watch other spaces, join me in the journey of inside of me, inside of you, inside of us all. Look forward to being with you very soon. Comment, like, subscribe. See you very soon. Until next time. Bye bye.